Tarzan of the Apes, a character of Edgar Rice Burroughs' famous book, in reality is the son of a titled English couple, Lord and Lady Greystoke, who were put ashore by a mutinous crew in the jungles of West Africa. The maroon couple were left with tools and firearms, and Tarzan's mother and father built the little hut in which Tarzan is born a year afterward. It's the night of their little son's first birthday. Lord and Lady Greystoke are sitting in their rude but strongly built home. Around them lies the jungle, dark, mysterious, teeming with great sinister shapes, mocking with dreadful quiet through the night. The roar of a lion tells that the mighty monarch of the forest has made his kill, and from farther away can be heard the hideous laughing cry of the hyenas, echoing the lion's thunderous roar. The wind rustles the leaves of the trees outside. Both are startled.
What's that, John?
Yes. I heard it too. Oh, it's only the wind in the trees, dear.
It gave me rather a start.
It did me too for a moment. Silly as both of us. Nothing short of a herd of elephants could force its way in here. I confess a bit of pride. This place is built like a vault.
Oh, John, I know we're safe enough, but sometimes I don't think I can stand it a moment longer. It's the nights. They're dreadful. There, that's what I mean. All night long, the jungle seems to threaten us. And those hyenas, oh, that hideous cry of theirs. It's like the laugh of a maniac. They seem to be jeering at us. As though someday
Now, Alice, get hold of yourself. You can't let go this way. You'll go mad. You have to hold tight, dear. For him.
For him. Oh, he's a year old today, John.
Yes, a year old and as sound as a nut. Sleeps through gunshots and everything.
He's a darling, isn't he, John? And the picture of you.
Nothing of the sort. He looks exactly like you. Oh, yes, he does, dear. Why, he has your eyes and that sweet little smile of his. Why, that's exactly like you, dear. There. He can't get it, dear. Keep tight. I'll pop the beggar through the lattice.
I know he will. Look at the bar.
Turn down that lamp so if I can get a bead on the beggar through here.
All right. There. Don't get your face too close to the lattice. He may strike through.
There. See through here. He's a big brute.
I don't want to look. Shoot him, John. Shoot him.
There, dear. Hold steady. And we'll have a lion's skin to wrap the baby in.
Hurry, John. Hurry. Every time he claws the door, it gives terribly.
Lord, he must be hungry to come up this way.
Oh, his eyes. They're terrible. And those horrible teeth. Oh.
Stand away from my arm. Oh, I put that one right down his throat. Another one will settle him. There, that finishes the liar. It's all over, dear. Why, he's as dead as a door now. Don't be frightened.
Oh, John. I'm sorry to go to pieces this way. Really I am, but you know, the last few days, I've had a terrible premonition that something would happen. It's all silly, I know, but I can't escape this dreadful feeling.
You're just nervous, that's all. Why, any day now we'll wake up and find a boat in the bay. And you and I and the little chap there will go sailing back to England.
Oh, it's been 2 years now, and there's been no boat. 2 terrible years, John.
Why, Alice, I can't understand this in you at all. Oh, buck up, my girl. Don't let it get you this way.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. It's like a terrible threat hanging over. Listen to the jungle now.
Why, there isn't a sound.
No, that shot quieted them for a little while, but the silences are the worst of all. The silence means that something awful and dreadful is passing through the jungle.
Yeah, your silence is broken for you. A panther.
Oh, John, I hate to show the white feather like this, and I shan't do it again. Now there, that's a promise.
White feather? Oh, why, rot. You've been marvelous, Alice. This infernal jungle is bound to get you once in a while. Come on, kiss me and forget it.
Gladly, sir. John, which one of our neighbors is that?
A bull?
It's the apes I hate worst of all. They're so human and yet so far from human. Those long, powerful arms, their awkward gait, and the terrific speed in which they swing and leap from branch to branch.
They are nasty beggars.
That one you shot yesterday. Oh, those nasty, close-set eyes and yellow fangs.
Come on now. Oh, forget it.
Again the cry of a huge bull ape, a brutish creature of terrible strength and awful temper. The ape has suddenly gone mad, raging, foaming mad, with that peculiar madness which suddenly seizes bull apes and quickly passes. He's running rampant among his people. The younger and lighter apes are scampering to the highest branches. Kayla, a young female, comes into the clearing. Her baby is clinging to her neck. She doesn't know that Bolat has gone into one of his terrible rages. Bolat sighs her. The others yell hoarse cries of warning. He's bearing down on her. She leaps from branch to branch. He has her by the ankles. She breaks loose. Up the tree she goes. Bolat behind her. She makes a terrific leap to another tree. She makes it. The jar tears her baby's grip loose from its mother's neck. It falls to the ground with a thud. Bolat's roaring grows fainter, fainter, as he hurls his powerful body through the trees.
That bull ape is certainly doing a lot of boasting tonight.
He sounds very close, John.
Oh, he's miles away. Those bull apes have tremendous lung power.
Beastly sound.
Yes.
John, it's getting a little cold. I think perhaps we'd better build a small fire. Baby sneezed this morning.
All right. I want to go out and drag that lion into the shed anyway before the hyenas get at the skin.
John, have you noticed how deathly still the jungle has suddenly become?
Just a lull. Where's the axe?
Over there in the corner. Just a few sticks will do, John. Just enough to keep the chill off.
Righto. Be back in a second.
Aren't you going to take your rifle?
Oh, I'll hardly need it. Just going out to the shed. I'll leave the door open. The light will keep any animals away.
All right.
You know, every time I open the latch on this door, I'm impressed with myself. Well, it's quite an invention, Alice.
Yes, dear. I have admired it before.
Oh, no.
Now run along and get the wood.
Yes, all right, dear.
The sound of Greystoke's axe echoes through the strangely silent jungle. Greystoke doesn't notice the fearful tenseness of the silence. The jungle is cringing away from a monstrous shadow which moves ominously through the hushed and fearful night. A huge ape comes to the clearing. It is Bolat, the crazed derelict of the jungle. He halts. His insane, bloodshot eyes catch sight of the unsuspecting Greystoke. They gleam hatred from beneath his shaggy brows. He bares his fangs as though in a horrid snarl, but no sound comes from his great throat. Slowly, noiselessly, the 350 pounds of stifled rage moves across the clearing. Bolt upright, his mighty arms dangling loose at his side. A shadow falls across the log which Greystoke is chopping. He looks up into the beastly, snarling face of the brute. Oh! The ape makes a lunge at Greystoke. Ah!
Close the door!
Greystoke raises his axe, brings it down with terrific force. The ape catches the axe in his terrible hands and flings it from him. With bared fangs, he leaps at Greystoke. We continue with Edgar Rice Burroughs' famous story, Tarzan of the Apes. Greystoke throws himself flat on his face. The ape lunges past. Greystoke regains his feet. The ape is faster. Greystoke is running for the hut. The great ape in one powerful leap puts him off. It's too late. Those horrible, hairy hands are reaching for him. Greystoke turns. His face is a horrible mask of terror. He looks into those inflamed, raging eyes. Bullard voices a terrible cry. A cry dreadful to hear. He springs. The man crushes his fist into the hairy face. It serves only to infuriate the brute. The huge mouth of the ape opens. His yellow fangs gleam. Greystoke struggles futilely to escape the mighty clutch. A hot-headed, bludgeoned bull ape is on the man's face. It's the end. The end. Oh, there's no chance now. A shot. From where? The great ape screams with pain. Slowly, the great body sags until it drops on all fours, motionless. Greystoke watches the flame go out of the great beast's eyes. With a sighing grunt, the great man-beast of the forest topples over dead. Its jaws fall open. Its eyes grow cold, glazed. For a moment, Greystoke stands in frozen horror and wonderment. Then slowly realization dawns on him. His wife had shot the brute. He whirls and staggers to the cabin.
Alice, it's all right, dear. You shot him. Oh, Alice, where's the water? Where's the water?
It was gone.
There, darling, there. Everything is all right. It's all over, dear. I'm safe. And the brute is dead.
Oh, the beast.
Now, steady now. Everything is all right. He's dead, dear. Don't get excited. Relax, Alice. You're a little hysterical, that's all. Just a little hysterical.
While Greystoke is trying to soothe his wife, miles away from the little hut on the seashore, the death cry of Bolat came to the keen ears of the ape tribe. Some of the apes are grubbing at the roots of trees. Young are tumbling over each other in the clearing. Some are swinging indolently from branch to branch in search of fruit. The cry reaches their ears. All pause. All are silent for a moment. They recognize the death cry of one of their kind. As though one accord, they gather in the clearing. The females and young chatter excitedly. The males grumble. The hair on the back of their squat, powerful necks bristles. They hold a chaotic conference. One giant beast assumes command. He is Kerchak. Another male of huge proportion disputes him. In a few moments, one of the two bestial half-men will be the ruler. The other will be a torn and battered victim. The two contestants stand facing each other. The tribe makes a great circle. The greater of the apes emits a fearful cry, which echoes through the jungle to silence all within hearing distance with its ferocity. It is a challenge. With a snarl of rage and hatred, the smaller one hurls himself upon his opponent, burying his fangs deep into the other's shoulder. With a cry of rage and maddening pain, the greater ape smashes the other in the face with his open hand. Without a pause, without mercy, he's upon him again, fighting for a hold. The smaller ape is more agile. He eludes for a moment, but only for a moment. He's upon him again. Again, the smaller ape sidesteps him out with a savage blow. The greater ape catches his arm, breaks it with a snap. Howling with pain, the smaller ape turns to stand the other brute's charge. He knows it'll be his last. He's still on his feet, only by the intensity of his dogged animal will. Triumphant, snarling, horrible to see, the brute advances. The others attack as futile against him. The fighting arms affect him not at all. With a roar, the great beast is upon him again. Gasping, he sinks to defeat. The victor picks up the battered form and hurls it to the earth again and again and again. Then, satisfied, he voices his cry of victory, telling the jungle that he is the ruler of the tribe. No one disputes his claim. The rest of the tribe resume their chattering. The new ruler is issuing his first command. He gestures, grumbles. They all understand and take to the trees after him as he starts off through the jungle on his way from whence came the dying cry of Bolat. And in the little hut that Lord and Lady Greystoke built, we find that Alice has recovered from her fright.
Oh, John, you're alive. But it's only good fortune that you are. That was a lucky shot.
Well, that was a good shot, whether from good luck or good marksmanship.
Oh, how I hate the jungle.
No, now, Alice. That probably won't happen again in a million years. But this is the first time one of those beggars has even really attacked us, you know.
Yes, I know. But I'm so tired of being afraid. And I'm even more fearful since the baby came.
No, hush, dear. As long as we're in the hut, we're safe. It was foolish of me not to have taken my rifle when I went out. I'll be more careful after this, and there won't be a thing for you to worry about, dear. Not a thing.
John, dear, will you please see what's the matter with him?
Righto. What is it, lad? Any complaints to make?
Is he covered up?
To the eyes? Oh, I see. He's sleeping on that wooden doll I made for him, and he finds it jolly uncomfortable, too. There. How's that? Fine. Now go to sleep and let me hear no more out of you. Oh, is that so? Well, tell me about it in the morning.
John, have you ever wondered what the baby will be like when he grows up?
Very much like any other English boy, I imagine.
Oh, no, he won't. Not living in the jungle all his life.
Nonsense, dear. He isn't going to live in the jungle all his life. Why, long before it's time for him to go to school, we'll be picked up. It's only a matter of time.
2 years, and not even a sight of a ship. No. I'm afraid that your optimism is commencing to ring a little false.
Nonsense. You're just upset after what's happened tonight, that's all. But even if we were doomed to stay here forever, it isn't so bad, you know. We've plenty to eat, and we're comfortable.
Yes, I know. But it's always living in fear of the jungle. However, there's no use harping on it, is there?
No, of course not. Try to forget about it.
Yes. Yes, I must. Would you mind closing the door?
Righto.
When Greystoke stepped to the door he was never to close, he came face to face with a tribe of brutish, hairy figures.
Oh! Alice! My rifle! Quick!
In an agony of haste, John tried to close the door in the face of the great apes, but they thrust it open without effort and stood for a moment, blinking in the light.
Alice! The rifle! Hurry! On the table! Don't come near! Throw it! No! Don't bring it! Throw it! I can catch it!
One great elk topples over dead. The other, maddened with fright and rage, surged into the room, overturning tables and chairs. The gun is wrenched from Greystoke's hand. An ape is peering into the crib. A feeble cry is heard. Kayla, the great female ape who still clutches the body of her dead baby to her breast, lets out a cry. She drops her baby into the crib and snatches the human baby. Clutching little Lord Greystoke to her shaggy breast, she huddles with him in the corner, protecting him from the fury of the tribe as they demolish the contents of the hut. Hours later, the cabin was silent. The jungle had taken its toll. Kayla, the great she-ape, departing, bears alive and wailing the little son of Lord and Lady Greystoke into the jungle fastness, where a strange destiny awaits this boy, who will become the mighty Tarzan of the apes. Again, we bring you another chapter of Edgar Rice Burroughs' amazing history of Tarzan of the Apes, the astounding record of a Superman who became the master of beasts and the mighty monarch of the African jungle. By the grace of a kindly God and the tender care of Kayla, at whose breast the little son of Lord and Lady Greystoke was nourished, Tarzan grew to young manhood. From his natural parents, he had inherited fineness and intelligence. And from his foster mother, Kayla, and the ape tribe, he had acquired tremendous strength, amazing agility, and animal cunning. And some 20 years since his abduction, we find Tarzan swinging through the jungles, a young man, splendid both in his youth and manhood. Carelessly, Tarzan's body swings from branch to branch. There's an easy grace about his perilous leaps and accurate catches as he progresses from limb to limb, which suggests both the assurance of the ape and the flowing rhythmic grace of a trained trapeze artist executing an often rehearsed feat of daring. Tarzan is off on a holiday. He's returning to the one place in the entire jungle that is his own, a place he had discovered long ago, a tiny hut on the shore of the great water. It has taken him many years to learn how to manipulate the odd mechanical thing which had swung open to him the door of that hut, which he would have been surprised to learn was the home of his mother and father, and his birthplace. However, the door of that hut had opened to him more than the interior of the rude cabin which Lord Greystoke had built for his wife and son. It had taught him that he was an M-A-N, not an A-P-E. It had taught him to read and write after a fashion. For hour after hour, year after year, he had pored over the first primer which he found there. But perhaps more important to his physical being and survival, it had given him access to the hunting knife which hung at his side and the locket which dangled from his throat. Occasionally, Tarzan left the ape tribe and ventured to his hut near the seashore, and now he's making his way there. It's late afternoon. The sun of a dying day is filtering through the dank foliage of the trees to make an intricate pattern of onyx and gold on the spongy mold on the ground beneath. The jungle is reverberant with sound. The chatter of monkeys, the singing of birds, and the occasional growling and snarling of the larger animals as they make their imperial way to the waterhole. Tarzan is happy. Happy as a schoolboy on a holiday. Swinging along his tireless arboreal way, he inhales the dank, pungent smell of the jungle with boyish delight. And the grim grandeur, the poisonous beauty of the jungle fills his soul with a feeling for which the ape language has no name. Meanwhile, off the West African coast, a small tramp steamer is plying her way through a placid sea. In the tiny salon of the ship are 4 people. Professor Porter, an old savant who exists in the present but lives in the archaeological past. His daughter, Jane, a beautiful girl whose charm is not only that of beauty but of wholesome loveliness and intelligence. Of these charms, the young man of the group is fully aware. He is William Cecil Clayton, a young Englishman, typical of the blond, blue-eyed Oxford gentleman and eldest son of Lord Greystoke. The other man in the salon is the captain of the ship.
What are you reading, Father?
Yes, of course, my dear, of course.
I asked you what you were reading.
Sorry. A book, Jane. One of those dusty ones that you persist in believing gives me my hay fever. It's called Africa Cristana. Morchilli wrote it in 1816.
Only 1816? That's rather current fiction for you, isn't it?
Well, a man ought to keep up with modern literature, or he's liable to become an old fogey. Clayton?
I suppose anything published after the flood would be considered rather modern by an archaeologist, wouldn't it, Professor Porter?
Yes. No. What did you say?
Oh, go on with your reading, Father. We won't disturb you any more. We're almost there, aren't we, Captain Tracy?
I beg your pardon?
Well, honestly, I don't know which is the worst, you or Father. It's enough to give a person an inferiority complex. I'm the only one aboard that seems to find me most fascinating.
You're forgetting me, aren't you?
Well, one could never forget anyone so gallant. But really, Captain, a person would think that you were burdened down with all the worries of the world.
Not all of them, Miss Porter, but I'm afraid I have my share.
Oh, really? What?
Merely a matter of ship's discipline. Nothing really important, I hope.
Beg pardon, sir, but I'd like to see you, sir.
What kind of discipline is this, Newton? Coming in without knocking. Take off your cap.
Yes, sir. Sorry, milady.
Well, what is it? What is it?
I'm afraid, sir, don't ever let them know I told you, sir. They skin me alive, that's what they do, sir. They skin me alive.
What are you talking about?
Mutiny, sir. Down below deck, sir. They're all in the forecastle, sir. Mutiny? Mutiny? Isn't there some law about that?
Mutiny, I smelled it coming. That rotten crew we shipped it said. My compliments to Mr. Yount, Newton, and tell him to report to me at once. Here. I'll batter those deck guys down in their hats and scuttle them like rats.
Pardon, sir, But it's the first mate shop that's leading the mutiny, sir. He's down in the glory hole talking to him now.
Oh, yes, huh?
Is there anything I can do, sir?
Don't worry, Clayton. I'll clean this affair up in a minute. You keep Miss Poor and the professor from being frightened.
I'm not at all frightened.
Beg pardon, sir. I'd better get below before they misses me. They'd kill me if they knew I'd informed you, sir.
All right, Newton. I'll remember this. Go below then and save your skin.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Clayton, you'll find 2 automatics in the drawer of that desk. You'll take one and come with me?
Certainly.
What am I going to use?
Good Lord, it's Newton. Come on, Clayton.
Righto. What's the matter? Is the door stuck?
That's nothing. We're barred in.
While the voyagers from the world outside are at the mercy of the mutinous crew, miles away, Tarzan is hanging from a tree branch, overlooking a clearing in the forest, and sees the beginning of a jungle tragedy. Sabor the lioness is dozing, surrounded by her happy family. One of her cubs wanders beneath the tree that hides Hista, the snake, the silent, strangling horror of the jungle. Hista, hungry and alert, drops part of her great and snarling length down from the branch, encircles the cub, draws it up into the tree to slowly force it down into a constricting being by the undulating, torturous contraction of those great ringed muscles. Sabor, the lioness, awakes to the danger with a snarl of mingled rage and anguish, hurls herself with a terrific leap to rescue her cub. She misses. Again and again she leaps in a frantic effort to reach the snake. Her roar shreds the chaotic monotone of the jungle into tatters. Sabor's bestial anguish moves Tarzan to pity. He falls forward, giving himself a tremendous impetus with his legs, and catapults himself through the air. It's a tremendous leap, superhuman. He's leaping for the end of Hista's tail. If he makes it, he may not be able to cling to that slimy, lashing length, and will fall to the infuriated beast below. He won't make it. He won't. He does. He slips. He slips. He holds. His weight nearly jerks Hista loose from the branch. Like lightning, Hista contracts to lash him to the ground. But Tarzan lets go, drops to the branch beneath. Grasping it just in time, he falls fast. He dangles for a brief moment, but just for a moment. A snarl warns him. He's hanging close enough to the ground to be in reach of Sabor's vicious leaps. He pulls himself up to the branch. The tip of one of Sabor's claws cuts a tiny gash in his heel. He stands on the branch, gathers himself for a leap. Oh! Hista, sinuous body, slaps itself around his waist, tightens, then slowly commences to draw him up to the branch above, where it can hold him fast against the branch and exert a terrific pressure which will crush him. Tarzan struggles terrifically, but slowly feels himself being drawn. Tarzan's mind races. With a great effort, he unwinds the grass rope around his waist, snatches the long hunting knife from its sheath, and plunges it into the narrow part of the reptile's tail. The snake writhes, but doesn't lose its hold. Hastily, Tarzan works the blade through the resisting muscular strength until the handle protrudes at one end and the blade at the other. The serpent's agony has caused it to lose the distance it's gained in drawing Tarzan to the branch on which it lies. Tarzan is on the level with the branch from which he's drawn. Hurriedly, he ties the rope above the knife, letting it slide down the snake's body until the knife keeps it from slipping. Then, working like a madman, he snubs the rope around the branch. Hista strains. The branch creaks ominously, but doesn't break. The pain of pulling against the knife in his body makes Hista slowly release its hold on Tarzan. Unable to let go of the branch above and secure to the one below, the great serpent is all but powerless. Its body is stretched up almost straight. Its dreadful leverage is gone. Tarzan climbs up the trunk of the tree, gains the upper branch. The cub is still struggling feebly. Tarzan, still clinging to the tree, extends his legs out, locks them around the branch and Hista's neck in what is known in wrestling as a scissors. He applies the pressure of those powerful legs. Harder, pulling the lion cub from the mouth of the reptile with one free hand. Hista's great mouth opens wider and wider, no longer eager to keep her prey, only anxious to escape the pressure of those powerful legs. The cub is free. Tarzan swings down, drops the cub gently on the ground and up again on the branch before Sabor can hurl herself upon him. Sabor, seeing her cub restored, pounces upon it, licking it, turning it over gently, worried. The cub recovers its breath and whimpers. Convinced that her offspring is safe, Sabor turns her attention to the thing up in the tree. Tarzan sits panting. Strange that after his good deed, Sabor should be anxious to factor into ribbons jungle gratitude. However, undismayed, Tarzan looks down into the baleful eyes and snarling face of Sabor. There's an ominous creak, a splintering, The limb under Tarzan has given way. He's falling into the merciless fangs and terrible claws of Sabor. He grasps a small branch. It breaks. Tarzan plunges downward, falling to the ground. He strikes the ground. On his head and shoulder, he lies still, unconscious. Tarzan of the Apes, brought to you out the pages of Edgar Rice Burroughs' famous book. Tarzan lies unconscious on the ground. Sabor sees a lithe, hairless body innate and motionless before her. Crouching, snarling, her lean haunches gather beneath her. Her back arches with a spring, her jaws gaping to reveal her yellow fangs. Merciless hatred for the thing which lies so helpless in front of her gleams from her baleful yellowish eyes. Poised, tense, crouched for the leap, the lioness waits for some movement, some motion which will send her hurling upon her victim. There is a moment of silence. A tense moment. A moment in which furious death waits to execute its grim mission. Poised, waiting. Slowly, Sabor's animal brain connects the presence of her cub with Tarzan. Hister was devouring the cub. Tarzan fought Hister. The cub is safe. Slowly, suspiciously, the great beast relaxes. The hair on her short mane gradually lies down, and her tensed haunches straighten. Slowly, very slowly, she advances toward Tarzan's limp body. Snarling deep in her throat, she stops, showing this strange creature lying so still before her the deference of fear. Cautious, ever ready to crush the life out of the thing with a mighty paw should it move, she advances closer and closer, step by step. Her sharp, pungent breath is hot on Tarzan's neck. Sabor sniffs. The thing has a strange scent. Not the scent of an ape. Sabor is puzzled. Tarzan stirs. Moans a little in his unconsciousness. Sabor leaps back, snarling, her powerful paw raised to crush the head of that strange creature. Slowly, she puts her foot back on the ground, circles Tarzan, and without further ado, trots away, urging her cubs before her. Sabor, the merciless killer, the feared, the dreaded, Sabor the beast, has learned gratitude. Tarzan lies unconscious. The fall would have been sufficient to kill an ordinary man, but Tarzan breathes. The jungle sun sinks lower and lower. Suddenly there is no day. A dank, steaming mist arises from the ground and drifts in great clouds through the forest, like ghosts of massive monsters returned from some primitive jungle of eons before. Tarzan still does not move. He lies easy prey to the savage beasts of the jungle, the deadly insects, the sleeping leopard, the murderous gorillas, and worst of all, the snake, Hister, the silent, cold, crushing, slithering death. The moon comes up, making the jungle a wilderness of tall shadows, growing in a myriad of puddles of moonlight. The jungle becomes replete with sound. The whimpering cry of the lemurs, the weird laughter of the hyenas at the waterhole, the roar of Numa, the lion, walking in imperial disdain, heralding his approach to the waterhole. A cold, dead weight is slowly coiling itself around Tarzan's body. Its heavy, gliding pressure stirs him. With a growl of anger, Tarzan regains consciousness. The small steamer, bearing our passengers and the mutinous crew, steams down the golden path laid by the moon off the sea on the West African coast. The same moon which shines down upon the inert Tarzan, his cousin Clayton could see if he chose to look through a porthole of the ship Salon. How closely related, and yet how far removed these two. Tarzan, the ape man, and William Cecil Clayton. The four in the Salon, Jane and Professor Porter, Clayton and the captain, discovered that they're locked in. The crew is mutinied. Newton, the seaman, has informed the captain. Newton leaves. A scream is heard. It's his. Grabbing the two automatics, the captain and Clayton rush to the door. It's locked. We're barred in.
Oh, what are they doing to that poor man?
There, dear. Everything will be all right.
I'm afraid it won't be all right. This is mutiny. We can't stand here and let them torture that man this way. Open the door. Open it, do you hear that? I won't stop it. I can't stand here and listen to that. I'm going to try and shoot the latch off the door. You'll do nothing of the sort. I'm captain here, and as long as I am captain, I'll be obeyed. Understand that. We've a devilish grave situation. This is mutiny. If I can get them to open that door of their own will, we have a chance. If I can't, we're better off in here.
I'd suggest, Mr. Clayton, that you leave the matter entirely in the captain's hands.
Sorry, Captain. Not at all. Miss Porter.
Yes, Captain.
You will find in the top drawer of my desk a small jade green bottle. Its contents are deadly. I hope it proves to be a souvenir of an unsuccessful mutiny.
You don't think, Captain, that it would be necessary?
This brew is the scum of Port Said. And Port Said, my dear Clayton, well, you've seen it.
I found the bottle, Captain. Thank you.
Isn't there some way that we can placate these mutineers, Captain? If it's money, why, I have a little...
And I have a great deal. See if you can buy them off.
If they take the ship, everything on it is theirs anyway. Yount, my first mate, is in back of this, and Yount is no fool.
Rather an intelligent fellow, in fact. I've had several conversations with him. Seems rather interested in archaeology.
You'll stand away from the door, Miss Porter. Thank you. Mr. Yount! Mr. Yount, do you hear me? Yount!
Yeah, I heard you, Captain.
Come here and unlock this door.
And get shot down? No, thank you, Captain. Throw those two automatics. They're in your desk off the port first.
Are you presuming to order me, Mr. Yount? You'll lose your papers for this.
My papers? You're on the high seas now, Skipper. Not at the Admiralty. My papers, they've been changed, Tracy. They're captain's papers now.
You're mad. This is mutiny. Do you realize what that means?
Yes, and you'd better realize, too. Throw up those automatics on the deck. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
And I'm telling you, Mr. Yount, that I'll see this ship run aground in Hades before I'll take orders from you.
Yeah? Well, we'll twist the bloody arms off of your nosy man Newton here and throw him over the side. If those guns aren't thrown out on the deck in exactly 1 minute.
Oh! Throw them out, sir! Throw them out, please! Just throw them out! Oh, Captain, throw them out, please! Please throw them out!
There goes mine.
All right. Now, where's the other one?
Well, I guess they've got us there. Did you take the clip out of that automatic before you chucked it out, Clayton?
No, I didn't.
Not very clever of you. Well, here goes.
You're learning to take orders readily, Captain.
Come in here.
Oh, I just happened to think. Quick, Father, give me that map.
Why, yes. Where did I... why, here it is.
Tango, you and Gates watch this door. If either the ex-captain or any of his passengers start to leave
I saw it.
Well, Tracy, it seems...
You dirty cad, you.
Shut up, Clayton.
I won't shut up. What?
You killed Clayton.
Stand back there, all of you, or I'll start blasting. That's just to show you how this ship is going to be run from now on. Only next time, I'll use the business end and not the butt of the gun. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd killed him, Yount. It doesn't make a great deal of difference, Tracy. Not to you, it doesn't. They hang them just as high for mutiny as they do for murder. Not when there aren't any witnesses.
You don't mean...
That there won't be any witnesses? Yes. Tarzan regains consciousness. A sinewy thing of all muscle is wrapping itself around him, slowly encircling him. He voices the ferocious cry of a battling beast. The contracting length wound around him tightens. Tarzan struggles. Then suddenly he feels himself lifted high in the air. Another moment, and he finds himself safe on the broad back of Tantor the elephant. Tantor, his friend. Despite his aching head, Tarzan gives a call of triumph. Tantor, the great beast of the jungle, whom even Sabor fears, hears the call of his friend. The wise beast knows that all is well with the white ape upon his back. Tantor is happy too, for Tarzan is dearer to Tantor than all else in the world. A strange jungle friendship, as strong as it is odd. Tantor throws back his great trunk and trumpets to tell the fastness of the whole forest and its denizens that the mighty Tantor and his friend Tarzan are passing on their way. Let all beware.
Tarzan feels himself all over gingerly, and then shrugs. Nearness to death is life, not adventure in the jungle. Guiding Tantor by kicking him behind the ear, Tarzan directs the great beast to the seashore and his cabin. Tantor sways along his way at a speed which is almost unbelievable for so clumsy an appearance, tearing up the trees and brush which impede his way. Then Tarzan hears the beating of the surf, and in a few minutes they come out of the jungle onto the beach. A strip of white sand, a sea of darkness divided by golden bands. Tarzan looks down the path of the moon on the water. He gasps. A boat! That means men. Tarzan the ape thrills because he sees in them that which he most wants to be, man. Tarzan the man.